video I'll talking about all of my watercolor palette. I'll be talking about each of my palette while painting my palettes. This was my first watercolor palette. I got it way back in 2017. The reason why I bought it was because I needed it for art club. After I painted my first watercolor galaxy, I got addicted to painting. It has 21 colors, and it's the palette that got me so into painting. After I got my first palette, I want to paint wherever I go, but the palette. My first watercolor palette was too big for traveling. I searched online on travel watercolor palette and I found lots of video about travel palette and some were handmade and DIY until one day I had an idea to make a travel palette. Also, this is my first DIY watercolor palette. It has 14 colors, and this is the same palette from my first video on YouTube. I'll link in the description. Go and check that out. It has the step-by-step instructions on how to make it. I decided to draw two palettes in one paper because both of them are so cheap to make. Both of the palettes has less than 12 colors, and one from a pill tray and the other is from an old makeup palette. I made a video about how to make those two palettes. I'll link in the description. Go and check that out. This watercolor palette, or watercolor watch in this case. I got the idea from photos from other travel palettes. One in particular was a tiny tin with a watch strap at the bottom and watercolor paint inside. I also saw some videos about it in YouTube and I decided to make it because after making my glue gun watercolor palette I noticed some color were leaking into the other color and I wanted to use both of my hands. I also added 15 colors. I have a video of it. I'll link in the description. Go and check that out.